Welcome back to the channel. So I'm going to do another colour along today. This time I'm going to use my Derwent Colour Soft pencils. Now these are them. I've already picked out the colours that I'm going to use, so that's why there's some missing. But these are gorgeous pencils, and I really love the colour choices in this set. So I'm going to pick a page from Flowerscape in Paradise again. I did mention I would be colouring in this book again in May because I just think it's absolutely beautiful. So the page I've picked to do is this one. So these are the Eucalyptus, Beehive, Ginger and Hibiscus. Now normally I would colour this first, but for the colour along I'm going to dive straight into the page. We're going to do this, and I'll do this bit in my own time because I'm pretty set on what I'm going to do on this. So these little Beehive Gingers, when I've googled the reference and when I've looked at the reference via the QR code, there's some different colours, some different variations in these. So one set I'm going to do like brown yellow tones, and another is like going to be like a blood orange going into an ochre at the top. Obviously your hibiscus, these I'm going to do blue. So yeah, should we get straight into it? Let me move this box of Derwents out of the way. But this one I actually got on offer at the time, and it was cheaper to get in the wooden box than it was in the tin at the time that I got mine, which was really nice because these boxes, they're just beautiful to keep them in. I love mine. It just feels like you're using something very luxurious, and you were really, because they're, you know, they're not cheap, are they? So I'm gonna come down, and I'm going to start off straight away going in on some of the Beehive Ginger, so we'll get some of them sorted out. So I think we're zoomed in enough there, aren't we? Should we do a blood orange one first and see how we get on with that? So I'm just going to sharpen one of the pencils I can see is a bit dull. So let's get into this. So I've picked out some pencils. The first one I'm going to use is the Blood Orange C090. And I'm going to use this at the bottom. And then my sort of darkest colours are going to be around the bottom like that. So I'm going in with sort of a medium pressure there, and then I'm going to slightly ease off my pencil a little bit. But I'm gonna leave these bits because I'm gonna very lightly, like almost not touching the page on those bits, the very edges. So very light pressure on those. Hopefully, let me try and get the lights casting this horrible glare again. So yeah, it's sort of going darker on the insides and leaving that out a bit lighter. I think I've done this one wrong actually, until let's put some more darkness in there. I like simple but effective colouring. So I like to keep my pencils to a minimum. I don't like to use a great deal of pencils. So, oops, snaps on me. That's the only thing with these pencils, they do snap easily with them being very soft. Yeah, but I like to keep it simple with my colouring. We'll just have to make that a little bit darker now to blend that in. I could erase it, but let's dust that off a little bit. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I can, rather than using lots of different pencils is what I was saying, I prefer to use less pencils and just go in with light, medium and hard pressures, because you can get different tones just by doing that. Right, so now I've got about, would you say that's about a quarter of the way up the flower. I'm going to switch out to my ginger pencil, so ginger C550. I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm just using this colour instead. So we're switching up, there's the snappage, we're switching up the colour. So Still doing the same thing where we're darker on the inside and lighter around the rim. Any blending we want to do, we can just do it at the end. I prefer to do all my blending at the end if I want to use a blender or anything like that. Pencil's snapping a little bit there, it's a bit crumbly. Because the only downfall to the pencils is that crumbliness. I'm going to get quite high up before I switch to the ochre. So I'm going to do a few more with the ginger. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to mix the ginger into the ochre towards the top. Can you see that properly? So these outer bits I'm keeping light, keep those bits light there. But these bits here, I'm going to sort of do the bottom bit with the ginger. Like that, and then whatever I've left white, I'm going to go in with the ochre. So moving on now, so the ochre is C590, it's rubbing off a bit that. So I'm going to start here, and wherever we've left it white, all the top bit, just going to do with this pencil. I'm also going to use it to go over any of the white space we've sort of left. Yeah, I'm going to use that instead of a blender pencil. I'm going to use this. So all the bits we went over very lightly with a light pressure, all those edges, I'm going to go over with this ochre. It's quite nice actually. There we go. I'm going to go back in with the blood orange just to darken some little areas up. And then I'm going to go back in with the ginger. So going back in with ginger. Oh, There we go, and that's that one done. Now I'm going to do one a slightly different colour. So where's my colour set? Where's it gone? I think it was these ones, because I decided a brown, like a lichen green, that was it, and a yellow ochre. So first off, I'm going to go in with the lichen green C500. Which one should we do? Should we do this one? So all the darkest areas are going to be with this colour. Again, they pack a punch, these coloured pencils. They pack a punch. They're very crumbly and soft, but they pack a punch on the colour. You don't really have to layer with these pencils. You can just go in full force and it will put it down. They're not very good at layering, if I'm honest, these colour softs. I don't know if it was the paper I was using, but normally I can only get 2 layers out of these pencils. So they are quite nice to just, you know, if you're someone that doesn't like doing layers, these pencils will probably be nice for you. Right, so I'm going to switch up now to the yellow ochre, or is it the deep? No, I'm going to go in with the deep cadmium. I'm going to go in with this one next. That's it. Oh, they're very, very breaky. Very breaky pencils. And now I'm going to switch to the lemon yellow. Now with the lemon yellow, I'm going to go over all of these white bits that I've left. And then right at the top, right at the tip, I'm going to go in with, where is it? Yellow ochre. And I'm even going to blend it down a little bit. I'm going to add a bit of this yellow ochre into the edges of there actually. This sort of rim at the bottom. That might have been a nicer colour to use actually rather than that bright one. I think. Yeah, definitely. I think the next flower I'll just use this yellow ochre for on the rim of that. It looks a lot better. There we go. So we've got 2 variations going on there now. So I'm gonna do another. Should we do another red one here or another yellow one? Should we do? I've got a line going down on the page. I don't know what it is, but it's quite irritating. Yeah, I'm gonna do another red one here. So starting off with the blood orange. Straight in, hard pressure, and a bit of a lighter coverage on the white bits. I actually can't wait to get onto the blue hibiscus. I've not coloured a blue flower in this book yet. They've all been lots of reds and pinks, the references at the moment, so I'm looking forward to that. Can't wait to get the blues out on there. That's what I've been doing with this book. I've been just scanning the QR codes and seeing what colour the flowers are on the page and seeing what I fancy colouring, what colour scheme I fancy colouring. Right, I'm going to move to the ginger now. So ginger, I might make this one a bit brighter, and instead of going in with the, what colour was it we used? Instead of going in with the ochre to blend, I might go in with a brighter yellow. Just so they're all a bit different. Because, you know, flowers, they're not normally exactly the same, are they? You get different colours here and there. So I'm going to bring more bright yellow into this one. So I'm just going to very lightly go over the white bits with a light pressure of that ginger. Like that, so it's sort of all over. And I'm going to get one of the yellow colours. So I think I'm going to use the deep cadmium. I think we'll go for that. So I'm going to use the deep cadmium on this one instead of the ochre, so it will be brighter than this one. So we'll start at the top, get that bit filled in. And that's a lot nicer. I feel like that's a lot nicer, a lot punchier on the colours. See, if these pencils could layer up better than what they can, I might have risked going back over this and making it brighter. But I don't know if I'll get away with it because, like I said, they don't layer very well. It's sort of 2 layers max with these. Oh, that's just what I've found. And the paper's smooth, which makes it worse as well. Yeah, let's just attempt it. If it doesn't go over, it doesn't go over, but if I can brighten it up a little bit, even just a smidge. Just have to be careful. It is working. It is working slightly. It's a bit more dulled down than this one, but that's fine. Oh, that's better. That's better, guys. Yeah, so if you want to go back over yours, or if you're rewatching this back, you want to go back over yours, I've used the deep cadmium instead of that ochre. So I'm going to veto that ochre. It can go away for me. I'm going to just tweak this one as well. I don't like how it's such a harsh line between the browns and the yellows. So back in with the lichen green, I'm just going to pull some more. This might not do another layer actually. I was just going to pull, no, it's not. Can you see how it's just not going over the top? It's like it's already burnished and I cannot get another layer on there. I'll end up ripping my paper. But I did want to pull up a little bit of the lichen into the yellow there. But yeah, no, it's just crumbling the pencils. It will not, they don't layer very well at all, these pencils. I'll try and make this one a bit more blendy. No, I'll show do this one. Yeah, I'll do this one yellow and brown, and then that one can be another blood orange one. So we can have 3 of the blood orange and 1 of the others. So yeah, so what colour did I say? Brown or orange? Which one was I doing? Oh my god, my mind, I'm telling you, my son woke up again last night and had me up in the middle of the night. So every time I get woke up and it's unbroken sleep in the night, my brain just doesn't function the next day. It's so frustrating. Yeah, go for yellow and brown on this one, why not? So we'll start off with that lichen green. It's not focusing, is it? So on this one, I will try to take it up a bit further and lighter so it's sort of blending up rather than being such a harsh line between the two colours. So now I've got to about here, I'm putting it down but lighter because I'm going to put that yellow into this colour, if that makes sense. And put a bit of that colour over the edges as well. Just trying to make it all blend a bit better. So that's that colour. It looks really rough at first, but promise you. Promise you. So I'm going to go in now with the deep cadmium. So you can see it getting a lot brighter up here now. And just at the top I'm going to switch my colour again to that light, is it yellow? No, lemon yellow. Or was it the yellow ochre? No, yellow ochre. We'll put some yellow ochre on the top. Yeah. And then this little bit here I will go in with the lemon yellow. So lemon yellow, just to get pop of that brightness in on the side. Like it's got a bit of a light hitting it on that side somewhere maybe. That's that one. So we're going to go back in and do this one blood orange colours now. So blood orange, my belly's rumbling. Oh, my partner's ordered me a Fitbit. I'm so excited. He's ordered me a Fitbit. It's an early birthday present, but it's only my birthday in June. But because there's bank holiday sales, we got a really good deal on it. So he said, I'll get you that now and you can have it early. I was like, woohoo. So, because I am trying to get my weight down a little bit, but I've not had no motivation. But I've said for ages I need to move more. You know, it's no good, you know, keep trying to eat healthily but I'm not moving, because obviously I am a carer for two of my daughters. I don't work. When they're at school I obviously do a bit of tidying around in the house, but then I'm sat down filming my videos, so I'm not really moving much at all. So I thought I'm gonna get a Fitbit because it's a bit of motivation. It's constantly on my wrist. I like a challenge. I like challenging myself, so I like the fact that it's got my steps. It'll track my steps and I can try and beat it every day. Like I can try and do more and more every day. So, you know, it's coming nicer weather now. I can walk up to the local duck pond and do a couple more laps around the pond than I perhaps normally would, and just, you know, just try. Ginger 550. And I think you can put Spotify on them as well, can't you, on the Fitbits? Can't you put Spotify on? I just need some earphones because I don't normally use earphones, so whenever I get a new phone I always give them to my partner as a you know, a spare set, because he uses them all the time. He tends to break them, you see. So anytime I get a new phone, I give him them because I don't normally use them. So I'll have to nab them back. I will have to nab them back. Now I'm just going over some of them bits with the ginger. And then I'm actually going to use on this one, just dull down some of them a bit more. I think I'm going to use the bright lemon yellow on this one. Where was it? Yeah, the lemon yellow. Let's really brighten this one up a bit. So any white space that's left now, we're going to pop this into it, and we're going to have little pops of yellow hanging around. I just like to switch it up a bit. Get your sort of colour palette that you want for the flowers, and then just mix your pencils up. It gives some variation then they don't all look the same. Well, they don't look exactly the same. They do have similarities. Can't say that word. You know what else I can't say? Regularity. Oh, I struggle. I have to think so hard to say those words. They come out all wrong. So these bits that are coming down from the plant, I'm going to do them green, but with a bit of the blood orange in them. So where was the greens? The greens. So I'm going to use a bit of lime green, a bit of green, so lime green and green, and then a bit of that blood orange. And these are the colours I'm going to use for these stalks that are leading up to those flowers. If I can pick them out, let's try and pick them out. So I'm going to start with the lime green and just pop some of this colour in first. So I think it's a really nice sort of little highlighted type colour. So if we get some of that in places, I think this leaf is coming off that as well, isn't it? Yeah. And this one. And this one. So I'm just randomly placing the colours because I'm going to sort of merge them into one another. So yeah, I'm not too fussed about being specific with this, guys. Just put it where you want to put it. I'm trying to work out what that is there. Is that something going up to the hibiscus, or is this part of this leaf? No, I think it's this leaf, isn't it? So just, yeah, I think it is. I'm so bad at working things out, and I think this is this, and if it's not, it is now. So it's tough, isn't it? It's very tough. Right, next up I'm going to go in with some of the blood orange, so around here I think, and then you can bring it up into that lime green, and it's really nice. That mixes in really nice. Oh, she says, and then she gets something stuck to the pencil. Someone beeping. Yeah, it's just the pencils, they're not layering. I think they're already not good at layering, these pencils, and then you add that to the mix that it's a smooth paper, and they're not the best for this paper, guys. I don't recommend using them in this book. We're just not being able to blend, if I'm honest. But I'm going to be adding a darker green into these as well, so anything I think looks a bit dodgy, I can cover up. Hopefully, I mean, we'll see. The colour's looking nice though. The colour, you know, the greens and this blood orange together. It's looking really nice. I think Postino Pat's just posted something through my letterbox. Postino Pat. I used to watch Postman Pat as a kid, that little cartoon. Oh, I just love it. I'm not gonna sing it, don't worry. Don't want to get a copyright strike for singing Postman Pat of all things. Can you imagine? Can you actually imagine if I did? Right. Just this last bit, and I can go in with some deeper greens. But yeah, not layering well, guys. Not layering well at all. Bad, 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 bad. So I'm going in with the green now, so I'm going to darken up some areas and try and blend it into the orange, but you know, it's not going well. The blending with these pencils is not going well. Yeah, we can't get another layer on there at all. No, not the best, guys. I think what I'm going to do, whenever something goes how I don't like it, or goes wrong or anything, I try and put some interest on top of it. So with a white gel pen after, I will probably do some sort of dotting detailing over the top of this, so it's not as noticeable that it's not blended great, if you know what I mean. It's not too bad if you look at it from far away, but if you're looking close up, this is not the prettiest. It's not the prettiest, guys, at the minute. Never fear, we will cover it up. There we go. It's just this bit that's really messy. This bit is not blended nice at all. It's really shocking, actually. It's really quite shocking. Yeah, do not use colour soft pencils in this book. You can even hear the resistance. You can hear the resistance and the pulling. Can you hear that? Hear that? Yeah, terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. I'm going to pull that up there into the lighter green because that blends a bit nicer and a bit easier. Let's pull you down. I'm going to pop a bit more of this lime green here. Yeah, it just doesn't want to. It doesn't want to do any layers at all. Do not recommend these pencils in this book, guys. If you're following along, you just have to be really, really careful about how much you're putting down on the page, guys. That's all I can suggest. Don't be as heavy-handed as I was with your initial colours. That's all I can suggest to you if you want to colour along with these pencils. Otherwise, switch the pencils out for a different brand. But just trying to find similar shades, if you know what I mean. But the polychromos work perfect in this book. They really do. They work beautiful, the polychromos. It's just these do not layer. They do not layer well. So I'm going to leave that at the moment. I'm going to do these leaves because the leaves are quite quick. So with the leaves, bearing in mind that layering's not great in this book, I'm going to do quite a light layer of mint all over these leaves. Just quite a light layer, remembering that, you know, we're not going to get much pencil over the top if we go in with a head pressure. So we're going to go in very lightly, or quite lightly, down the stalky bits as well, not forgetting those. And here. These are going to be quite easy, these leaves. Quite easy. Then with the Lincoln green, I'm going to deepen up. We'll do the stalk first, so deepen up the stalk. So with this, we are popping in some of that colour, but then leaving some of the mint green to come through in certain areas as well. So I'm leaving the mint colour in the middle almost. And then on the actual leaf, I'm going to make the sort of middle section darker. So we're going to go in like that and pull the colour up. See what I've done there? So pull the colour up like that. And then we're going to go back in with the mint and burnish. So we're going to put a full covering of this colour now. And that's why we're getting the pencil dust. Bringing it down into the green you've just put down here, the Lincoln green. So bringing it into that, just blending it in so you can see where we've got that colour at the bottom. There we go, that's quite nice, isn't it? That's quite nice. So again, going in with the Lincoln green, making this bit darker. Then back in with the mint green. And again, Lincoln green. And going back in with the mint. It's really quite quick and easy, this one. Lincoln green again. I don't know if I'm going to put a background on this one because it looks like there's quite a lot of colours going on the actual illustration. I'm not sure if I want to put one in or not. Going in with the mint. I'm going to go back in with the Lincoln green, just try and pull it up a bit more through there. So still with the Lincoln green. And then the mint. And then I'm going to deepen up the mint. With the mint, I'm going to deepen up that middle section that we left out and burnish it. Burnish that. So that's the leaves on that side. Then we've got 3 on this side. So again, we're going to go in with the mint green first all over. I'm going to sharpen this pencil because these leaves are getting smaller on this side. It's going to be a bit trickier to get them. I'm waiting for some pictures on the school app of the kids because they're having the picnic at school today for the King's coronation. They're having the little picnic. So I'm waiting for all the pictures to be put up. It's going to be so cute. I think it did rain a little bit before, but the sun's come out now, so I'm hoping it's nice and sunny for them. But they said if it rains, they'll have the picnic in the classrooms. If it's not raining, they'll go on the field. But I think because it's just chucked it down, the field's going to be wet. So unless they sit on the benches, if the benches have dried off, I think they'll be having it in the classroom. Bless them. Right, going in with the lichen green now. So deepening up some of these bits on the stalk first. And then going in on the leaves. I think we'll just do all these leaves with this colour at the minute while I've got hold of it, and then go in with the mint in a minute. Now going in with the mint, let's just give it a quick dusting off. Oh no, it's gone on the outside. Damn. I'll have to see what my electric eraser will get rid of that. But look how crumbly they are. I love the colours, but man, there's just no need for that level of crumbliness. Let me get my eraser, guys, because it'll just irritate the life out of me. Let me clean it off. It's dirty, this eraser. Don't know how I've erased the last. It's very purple. Right, let's attempt to get this off. Well, That's the best I'm gonna do. Maybe the background, whatever I do in the background, can cover it up. You can't see it very well, but I can see it. I can see it. And it's gonna irritate me. Don't do it again, pencil, or else you're going in the bin. No, you're not going in the bin, you were too expensive, but be warned. Be warned, Mr. Pencil. There we go. Oh, what's that? Thought that was something else on my page then. It was just part of the eraser. Shavings. Oh my gosh, these pencils. You can't be heavy-handed with these, Kirsty. Don't listen to myself. Right, where else have we got some of these leaves? Up at the top. We've got quite a big cluster at the top, so I think we'll get the rest of these leaves done and then we'll call that part one, and this one will have to be two-parter. It will have to be a two-parter. I actually thought, because I did that cute and creepy page yesterday and I got that done quite quickly. I think it took me 1 hour and 20 minutes, and I thought, oh, this page in Flowerscape in Paradise is quite small. I bet I can do that in one part as well. No, definitely not with this one. I need to sharpen this pencil because it's gone into a blunt end. I need to sharpen it, but it'll just crumble all over me again, so I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it and bear with it. I think I might do a soft pastel background on this one, just a little bit of something. Where it's delicate and have like a really pale colour, maybe like a pale green, or yeah, maybe. You watch now, I'll end up splatting metallic paint all over it and everything after saying, oh, I'll go for something really pale and subtle. You watch. Still in frame, aren't I? Yeah. What's that notification? I keep getting sent messages. I think it's my partner sending me updates of when this Fitbit is being delivered. But I'm in the house I'm in the house until the school run, so I'm in all day anyway. There we go, one more, then we can get that lichen green on. So that's our base. So Lincoln green, not lichen green, Lincoln, Kirsty, Lincoln. My belly's rumbling, but I don't know what I want for lunch. I'm trying to be good. I don't know whether to do some pasta, but it'd have to be with some passata over the top of it, I think, because it's healthier. It's healthier than mayonnaise. You know, I can't have tuna mayonnaise because the mayonnaise is too fattening. And I know you can get that low fat mayonnaise, but it tastes disgusting. I don't know what it is. Normally I'm alright with low fat things, like I don't mind, I really don't mind, but mayonnaise, low fat mayonnaise, oh, it's got this horrid bitter taste. I don't know what it is. And I said to my mum, because my mum likes it, and I said to her, can you not taste that bitterness? Yeah, and she's like, no. I'm like, oh no. So I might have some pasta with some passata sauce on it. Rock and roll. I have got some salmon in, but really I don't want that for my lunch. I want to save that for tea time, I think. But you can hear my belly. It's picking it up on the microphone. It's horrific. Oh, my little girl embarrassed me the other day. I'd gone to school to pick up the youngest, and I was stood outside the classroom door, and my 12-year-old, she's got autism, so she doesn't, like, you know, they say what's on the mind, they say what they think, and they do things without being embarrassed or being aware of other people's thoughts or anything. They just do them. And she let out the loudest, horriblest trump in front of all the mums and dads waiting for the kids to come out, and I didn't know where to put my face. I was like, oh my gosh. I'm one of them, I get dead embarrassed by, you know, I don't like when people talk about toileting things. I don't like when people trump in public. You know, I've been with my partner for 23 years and I still will not trump in front of him. I just don't like it. So she let out this massive trump, and then I heard someone behind me laughing, and I thought, I can't even turn around and look at them. I just want the ground to swallow me up right now. And all I could think was, please do not be a stinky one. Please do not be a stinky one. Oh my. They know how to embarrass your kids, don't they? It's like, if you've got social anxiety, do not go out with kids. Do not. It's the worst thing. Because they just don't care. Right, let's get that mint green back on these now. Go back in on these. Oh dear me. And I told my partner, he's like, it's just a trump, everybody does it. I'm like, I know everyone does it, but they don't do it in public like that, a big loud one. Yeah. I could never. Oh, I got a message late last night as well from the kids' school. They got told, obviously they're having this picnic today in school for the King's coronation, and they got told they could take their own snacks in for the picnic. And then late last night we got a message from the school saying that they'd paid for 4 big cakes. They're like the big rectangular cakes you can get from Costco. They've got 4 of them for the kids. They're gonna cut it all up and give them all a piece of cake as well. How cute is that? So they'll all be sat there with the crowns what they've made. They've covered the school in flags as well and bunting. They'll all be sat there in the little crowns with the little picnics. I'm going to be watching it tomorrow, the King's coronation on the telly, just out of curiosity, just for the big show of it. But I won't be seeing none of that mumbo jumbo and pledging allegiance or whatever. Pencil needs sharpening again, but I refuse to sharpen it so it can snap on me, so it can stay blunt. If you saw my colouring chat doing cute and creepy, you'll know I love blunt pencils, don't I, guys? I'm only joking. I'm being sarcastic. I didn't have a sharpener for the Brute Fina squares that I was using in my last video because they didn't fit in my swordfish icon. So I was literally doing the whole colour along with blunt pencils, but there we go. Do anything now, can't we? Right, so I'm going to leave this part here. Let me pull you up. Oh, that's got a nasty glare on it, hasn't it? Oh, no, my pencils are falling off the table. Please don't, pencils. I'm going to bring you up here. Look at that glare. It makes it all waxy and makes it so that you see all the wax and nastiness. But it's looking quite nice. I think when we get the pop of blue on the hibiscus, I think it's going to really bring it together in the background. And obviously, I'm going to go in with this white. Yeah, we'll do it now. We'll do a bit now. I'm going to go in with this white gel pen, and I'm going to do some sort of dotting detailing on my leaves. So I might put some little dots in like that and slowly up the leaf like that, because I like doing random things like that. Because, well, I don't know why, I just like doing it, so I do it. So there we go. It's just fun. It's fun. So I'm going to do that on all them. It just gives it a pop of colour as well. And see all that nastiness where my pencils haven't been blending because they don't layer. They don't layer, especially not on this paper. Yeah, all the nasty bits that I don't like, I can cover up. See, you can cover them up and make them look nice. I do that with everything. If there's anything on a colouring page that you don't like, there's always a solution, guys. 9 times out of 10 there's a solution. Cover it up with something. Be it black acrylic paint, if you've bodged up a background. Black acrylic paint covers anything, literally. It's a bit quiet there, isn't it? Concentrating, see, concentrating. If you find that you've got some really messy work down here where it weren't blending nice, you can pop a bit of a highlight over it, you know, cover it up like no one wants to see that. Oh, what am I like? Put a few more little dots around these leaves, what I've missed. You're learning all my tricks now. You're learning all my tricks for covering up shoddy work. That's what you're doing, innit? Little highlights there. Maybe one running down there. How can I cover this bit up here what I don't like? I'm gonna cover it up. Gonna do a little weird highlight and then some dotting detailing. Yeah, why not? It's your colouring page. Doesn't have to be that realistic, does it? And then we can put in a little bit over here. Oh yeah, that's nice. What am I like? And then if you want some highlights on the actual, you know, the actual flower here, you can just pick out some of these little bits. So put a little bit of a half, sort of a half highlight over the top. And that's quite nice to do. Don't have to be on every one if you don't want, just pick out certain elements up there. And there, it's suddenly looking very pretty. Let's do these other three and then we'll get off. And then I know all I've got to do is those little hibiscus with some, there's a bit of foliage. Foliage? How did you say that? A little bit of foliage. The darker the colour pencil, the more obvious the white highlights are, the more they show up. So they're showing up a lot more at the bottom than the top. Do somewhere in this top bit, why they're gonna show up nice there. And last one, and then I can zoom out for you and we can have a proper look at what this page is looking like so far. Definitely looks better zoomed out, guys. It definitely does. I'm not gonna lie to you, these Derwent Colour Softs on, you know, 2 paper, they don't do more than 2 layers. So it was a bit of a schoolboy error for me to come and colour with them in this book, because this book has got the smoothest paper. So, you know, they did not lay out well at all. But it's looking nice now. If we get the camera all the way up and then we can see what we've got so far. Let me get that glare off. Let me hold it like that. Get the glare off. But I like how it's looking. I do like how it's looking. I love all the white detailing. I think that makes a page. As soon as you put any white gel pen detailing in on anything, it makes it 100% better. So yeah, part 2 is just literally going to be these flowers and these leaves, and then possibly a bit of a background. Yeah, but I will do this bit in my own time because this is just a little reference bit really. But I hope you enjoyed watching the car crash unfold anyway. So there we go. Can't always be perfect, can we? Do not use your Derwent Colour Soft pencils in this book unless you only want to put down 1 layer. That is my advice to you. Take it and run with it. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the thumbs up on your way out. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.